Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Jeremy. Welcome to Polyphonic Press, and I want to get straight into it. So today I'm going to be reviewing the solo debut album from Jack White. It is called Blunderbuss. Now, I'm sure you guys know who Jack White is. Obviously, his claim to fame was being the singer and songwriter for the White Stripes, and he's also been in bands like the Raconteurs and the Dead Weather. But this is his first solo album, his first album that's billed as Jack White. This album starts off with a song called Missing Pieces, and it starts off with this sort of electric piano kind of riff, and it's pretty cool. It sort of harkens back to people like Ray Charles and things like that. It really reminds me of that sort of sound. And the song eventually falls into its main groove, and the vocals come in, and as soon as the vocals come in, you can immediately tell that it's Jack White. He has this very distinct voice that really he doesn't sound like anybody else, and no one else sounds like him. The guitar solo in this song is very much Jack White. He uses his octave pedal, which sort of shifts everything an octave. You can go an octave up or an octave down, and he goes an octave up, and you can really hit notes that aren't necessarily possible on a guitar without that effect. So, and that's sort of become his signature sound as a guitar player. And, you know, to be honest, I would have been disappointed if this sound didn't appear at least once on this record. And I'm glad that he uses it. And yeah, it's just him. It's sort of like, you know, that sound that the Edge gets with the delay and all the effects and everything, or you know, Keith Richards with that Telecaster and the open G tuning. This is his sound, and yeah, it works really well with him. He's comfortable with this sound, and he uses it with you know, with authority. 16 Saltines was the second single released from this album, and it's really more or less a straight ahead rock and roll song. Which is really refreshing, because a lot of music these days is really experimental with, you know, elaborate instruments and like big bands and, like, you know, xylophones and accordions and things like that, which is also always a good thing. But it's nice to have something that goes back to sort of a back to basics kind of thing, back to the like original recordings from the 50s, where all you had was a guitar, bass, and drums, and maybe some piano thrown in for flavor, but that's about it. And, you know, it's a really refreshing sound. You know, it's really all about attitude and delivering a message, and this song really represents that pretty well. The first single from the album before 16 Saltines was a song called Love Interruption. It's really more of an acoustic ballad type of thing, although it does have some of the electric piano. It doesn't have any drums or anything in it, and it really features this nice harmony with a female singer. I'm not exactly sure who exactly is singing. You know, it comes at a time on the album where you're sort of wanting to hear something a little softer, a little more acoustic based, because, you know, so far from the album, it's all faster rock and roll songs with loud guitars and things like that, and you're sort of wanting to hear something a little softer, a little quieter. You're ready for it when it comes up on the album. You know, it's a great song, and it really just sort of shows you the diversity of Jack White as an artist. Trash Tongue Talker is probably my favorite song on the album. Believe it or not, I really feel like it's been influenced by Jackson Browne. The first part is kind of slow, but it picks up into this sort of 12-bar blues with the piano, acoustic piano, not the electric piano, taking the lead. One thing I think is crucial to the song is it's an easy song to jam to, and I'm really curious as to see what this song would be like live. It has a lot of potential to have be a really long, sort of drawn out sort of jam, and still be interesting. I think it can be taken places where on the record it can't, because of time constraints or whatever, but I would really be curious as to how this song translates live, and to see where this band takes it, because I think it has a lot of potential to really be a long sort of jam and a really special live experience. The album ends with a song called Take Me With You When You Go, and it's not really a song. It does have these transitions and sort of different sections, but it's really more of a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. It's you know, a good way to end the album, because it's sort of like speaking to the listener when it's saying, you know, play me again, you know, take me with you when you go. It's just a fun way to end the album, and I think it's really well done. So the production on this album is really good. It's really crisp and clear, but it's not over polished. Everything coming in clearly and everything like that. Jack White is the producer, and he is a guitar player, but the guitar isn't in the forefront. He really understands what makes a good record. It's always funny when you have a musician in the band mixing the record, usually they'll put their instrument in the forefront, but he understands that a record really has all the elements in it, and it's not just a guitar record. It has a lot of things going on, and it's really cool to see that he's able to mix the album from more or less an objective point of view. I really like this album. It sort of shows all the sides of Jack White. It was what he can do. It's more or less a showcase of his talents. And yeah, it's a fun record. It's not really breaking any new ground, but it doesn't really need to. So I'm going to give this album an 8 out of 10. I really like this one. So anyways, that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or with a video response. Don't forget to check out the Twitter, Facebook, Last.fm, and the website. I've got some new cool stuff on the website as well. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.